Today is a special day. So you guys already know we review a ton of phones here in the studio. We're really fortunate to deal with a lot of awesome phones, and basically since like 2018 and beyond, almost every flagship phone that has come out has been really good and basically a pleasure to use. Now, one of my favorite smartphone manufacturing companies has been OnePlus, and they're a little unorthodox whenever it comes to their smartphone cycles. For the past 2 or 3 years now, they've been releasing a phone towards the beginning of the year, or towards the middle of the year, let's say, and then about 6 months later, towards the end of the year, they refresh that phone, typically keeping a similar design but upgrading the internals in order to keep their devices on the bleeding edge. Now, earlier in the year, we tested the OnePlus 7 Pro. That was an incredible phone. It was one of my favorite phones of the year. And alongside the OnePlus 7 Pro, OnePlus launched the OnePlus 7. Now, the OnePlus 7 Pro was available here in the States, while the OnePlus 7 was available to international markets. So 6 months down the line, when you talk about the OnePlus 7T and the OnePlus 7T Pro, OnePlus flipped the scripts, and the OnePlus 7T was available here in the States, while the refreshed OnePlus 7T Pro was available to international markets. Now, just like last year, the OnePlus 7T Pro got a McLaren edition that basically kind of pushed the boundaries on what OnePlus was putting into the device in terms of specs, and changing up the design a little bit to pay homage to some of McLaren's most defining features. Now, the most disappointing part about that launch was the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren was not available here in the States, which really disappointed me, and I know it really disappointed a lot of people as well. But T-Mobile recently launched its 5G network, and one of the phones available for pre-order is, you guessed it, the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren edition. And we have one in-house tonight, and we're going to unbox it and show you guys some nice shots of this smartphone's design. So it's going to be a little different from some of the unboxings we've done so far. We will highlight everything that's in the box, but we're also going to take a few more minutes to showcase just how awesome this smartphone looks. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Let's not waste any more time. Come around the corner. Let's get this box open and check out this phone. So I think out of all the phones we've unboxed this year, this is easily going to be my favorite. You can see right away as soon as you pick up the box, there's design cues from McLaren in this partnership with OnePlus, obviously. You have the papaya orange, which is kind of signature to McLaren. And also, another thing to note about this box, it's really lengthy. So there's no way the phone is actually this long, obviously. So I'm assuming what they did this time around was put the phone here, maybe some charging accessories down here, or vice versa. Maybe the phone's down here, charging accessories are here. But right away, you can see awesome packaging. It's really reminiscent of the Apple Watch Series 4 and 5 have been coming in boxes this long, obviously because they lay out the watch. But there is a seal here. We've already kind of torn that for you guys just to make this unboxing go a little smoother. So we're going to open this up, and let's see what we have. Yeah, and look at that. It's actually got that folding design just like the Apple Watch as well. So we get to the box itself that houses the phone, and you can see there's carbon fiber, which is obviously a part of McLaren's design, but a lot of other hypercars and supercars incorporate carbon fiber as well. And down here you can see the OnePlus and the McLaren logo. Let's take a look around the box. Underneath you can see the papaya orange kind of strip it's got going on here. And right there, you can see that OnePlus 7T Pro branding. And this is pretty cool, never settle, which is obviously the OnePlus slogan. So let's set this down, open this up, and see what we get inside the box. So it looks like we have some welcome information that kind of goes back to the original exterior design of the box. And yeah, it looks like, okay, SIM ejector tool. And yeah, just like your standard paperwork. So we'll go ahead and leave that in there and set that aside. And yeah, just like I thought. So we have the smartphone laying out on top, and I'm guessing this is going to be, yeah. So this is going to be our McLaren edition charging brick with that papaya orange color, and that, I don't know if you guys can see it, that papaya orange accent inside the actual charging port. That's a nice touch. And obviously we have the phone here. Let me take a look at that charging cable really quick. Yeah, and that's also our USB-A to USB Type-C charging cable. And I'm gonna try and get it a little closer, see if we can get it to focus. It's actually braided, which is a really nice touch. And I also really like the color of this charging cable. So it looks like that's all we're gonna get inside the box, the phone and those accessories. Let's go ahead and pop this open. And I think the back of this phone is the absolute highlight. So there it is. Oh man, that is super, super nice. So you can see, I'm gonna try and get it on camera, just like last year's OnePlus 6T McLaren edition. It's got that papaya orange strip that runs around the bottom and around the sides, but this time around, instead of incorporating carbon fiber, they've incorporated this type of finish that looks reminiscent of what you see in like some wood grain finishes in some high-end cars. It looks really, really nice. And then obviously around that triple camera setup, you have that papaya orange accent as well. This is a super nice phone. We're gonna power it on, but we're not gonna go through the whole setup process, mainly because we wanna take some actual shots so you guys can see the device kind of up close and personal. Let's go ahead and get right to that because I am super excited to start using this phone. Now, obviously, the 7T Pro McLaren edition borrows a lot of design elements from McLaren, which really helps it stand out, but the overall smartphone design itself has remained relatively unchanged compared to the OnePlus 7 Pro that we had and reviewed earlier in the year. Now, where you're going to see some changes are going to be on the internals and the performance aspect of this device. So starting off with the processor, you have a Snapdragon 855 Plus as opposed to the 855 found in the 7 Pro line. Now, are you going to see a noticeable difference or a large increase in performance with this new processor? Probably not, and that's attributed to a couple different factors. OnePlus has really clean and minimal software, so it already runs really well on the 855 platform, and the 855 Plus only sees a 15% bump in CPU performance compared to the regular 855, which, while there is a 15% difference on paper, that doesn't necessarily translate to real-world usage or something that you're going to notice right away. Now, another figure to keep in mind is the phone comes with 256 gigs of storage, where a lot of other 7T Pros are starting at 128. And in terms of RAM, you're looking at 12 gigs of RAM, while a lot of other OnePlus 7T Pro models launch with 8. Now, my particular OnePlus 7 Pro model earlier in the year actually had 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. So for myself, that change is also going to be non-existent. But I will say this, if you guys want to see a full-blown review of this device, let us know in the comment section down below and we will be happy to make a full-blown review and highlight any differences this device may have compared to the regular OnePlus 7 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed, make sure you guys do so because we have a very cool video that'll be coming out in about a week or so, and I promise you won't want to miss that one. So thank you guys so much for tuning in as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.